Well, the Ministry of Home has now been forced to intervene in the ongoing Hisar crisis. Sources say that there was specific intelligence that was passed on to the Haryana government about the law and order situation, and advisory had also been issued. The MHA not happy with how the state police handled the situation. Remember, law and order is a state subject and the MHA has had to now intervene. Not quite happy with the way the state police handled the entire situation. Many believe that the state police, it resulted in a brutal crackdown and it should have been thought over. Casualties, many casualties would have occurred the way the police took action. I'd like to cut across at this point of time. Joining me live on this news break is my colleague Kamaljit Sandhu, getting us the very latest from the MHA. Kamal, can you get us up to speed with the latest developments? The MHA forced to intervene after the brutal crackdown by the Haryana police yesterday.
Well, centre has come down very heavily on Haryana government, and we saw earlier that Law Minister said that the state government should be able to implement the High Court's order, and then we saw MHA sources clearly pointing out that they were not very happy with the sort of police action taken in Hisar. There was enough intelligence, the intelligence which was available with the state government as to this kind of face-off could have happened in Hisar, and the state government should have been better prepared. The state police had all the wherewithal, and thereafter, even when they had the sort of intelligence of the face-off, they were not really prepared to handle the situation. Media persons were also beaten up, and we know that there has been a heavy casualty. So in that sense, there was intelligence available. We know that the centre is not very happy with the state police action. The fact that Ministry of Home Affairs had sent an advisory almost 10 days ago that state government should be able to maintain law and order. We know this sort of goof-up happened. So obviously, senior officers not very pleased with the sort of situation happening in Hisar at this point of time. The fact remains that Baba Rampal is still very evasive. He's still not been produced before law. So this is something which has not been taken very lightly by the centre.
Is that also the reason, Kamal, that since the morning we've seen the Haryana police extremely cautious, very unlike with how we saw them operate yesterday?
Well, definitely. So this has raised many questions and raised eyebrows as to the training of Haryana police and as to why they could not really take out this particular saint itself. So obviously, even though there has been a lot of allegation, there was a build-up, and remember, there was intelligence available with Haryana government, and despite all those measures, despite having that sort of intelligence, not being able to act upon it is something which is not going in favor of Haryana government at all.
What kind of intelligence was ignored by the Haryana police, Kamal?
Well, there was a general input. Intelligence Bureau had given specific inputs saying that there is a face-off, there is a build-up in Hisar in Hisar city itself, and obviously the state government. And remember, there is a BJP government which is in the state itself. So obviously, even though both the centre and the state have the same government, the sort of response which should have come in from the Khantar government and in specific from Haryana police itself was not up to the mark. Obviously, senior officers believe there is been some sort of botch up, and that is why there has been a casualty. We know 6 people have died. There is obviously a responsibility. Media persons have been beaten up. Obviously, we also know that Ministry of Home Affairs has sought a state report. It has sought a report from both state government and the state police. But at this point of time, all eyes definitely on the state police action, and Ministry of Home Affairs senior officials not really happy with the sort of state police action which has taken place.
All right, Kamaljit Sandhu getting us the very latest there. The MHA forced to intervene at this point of time. The Haryana police would have us believe that they operated with utmost caution. Well, not quite. That is what the MHA believes. It has intervened, asked for an explanation. Kamaljit Sandhu reporting live on that story. We'll, of course, keep going back to her with the very latest on that news break. We're going to slip into a quick break to stay with us. Back with the latest from Hisar.